Hey friend, John here, and today I want to share with you some awesome guitar licks from John Lennon and Eric Clapton. Now this comes from a video of a supergroup called the Dirty Mac, and this band featured Mitch Mitchell from the Jimi Hendrix Experience on drums, Keith Richards, of course, from the Rolling Stones on bass, which is totally different, and then you've got Eric Clapton on guitar and John Lennon on guitar and vocals. And you can see this on YouTube. There's a version of them playing Your Blues. Now we're gonna start off with this first lick that is played by John Lennon. Now keep in mind for this lesson, we're gonna be tuned down a half step. Here's what the first lick sounds like.
Yeah, you know the reason why.
Okay, so I really think this is brilliant. You know, if you're on stage with Eric Clapton and, you know, John Lennon is an amazing musician and vocalist, but as far as like guitar chops goes, it's gonna be tough to outplay Clapton in this style of blues. And so what John Lennon does is he takes what he has and he just gets everything he can out of it. And what he does is he plays just this repetitive figure, okay? So it's the 3rd fret on the 2nd string and the 3rd fret on the 1st string. It's just a double stop there, and it looks like he's using his middle and ring fingers. And then you play those, and then you go to open. And that's the whole riff. Now you can push a little bit on the 3rd fret there and the 3rd fret there and just get a little bluesy kind of flavor to it. But that is the riff. Now it's gonna go back and forth. You can see his strum hand is just going down, up in a triplet rhythm. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and that just goes over and over the blues progression. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got that rhythm of a triplet, 1 and a 2 and a 3 going against this sort of shuffle rhythm underneath, and it's really great. You know, you feel like, oh, that's gonna get boring, but it doesn't. And what makes this work as well is the chords change, but the riff doesn't. So he's playing the riff over the E, and then the band goes to the A, and he just keeps playing the riff, but it sounds like something changed. So it works. Now, if you like blues guitar, what I want to share with you next is super important for being able to jam the blues anywhere on the neck. And I think this is really going to help you do this a lot faster and easier than you ever thought possible. And what it is my blues scale PDF guide. I want to give this to you completely for free while it's still available. Just go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales and you can grab that right away as my gift to you. Now this lick is coming right out of the first position or that first pattern of the E blues scale there. So it's just the top 2 strings there. So that's the first lick. Now let's check out lick number 2. We're gonna go over to Clapton's solo next. Okay, so here the energy is definitely taken up a notch. There's more of a distorted guitar tone with a little bit of wah on there as well. Now the first lick starts out bending the 14th fret on the 3rd string. And altogether it's gonna sound like this. So I'm bending 14 on the 3rd string, then reach up, grab the 12th fret on the 1st string. Then come down 15, 12 on the 2nd string. Then we'll do a quick bend on 14 on the 3rd string to natural, then 12, then 14 on the 4th string like this. And then we'll go to another move that Clapton would use all the time is double stops. So that's 12 and 12 on the 3rd and 2nd strings, getting 2 notes there. Then go up to 14 and 14, and then back to 12 and 12. So. Here's what it sounds like with the rhythm. So these are just parts of the solo that you can break down. Like a lot of times I'll hear a solo and I'll hear a lick and go, wow, I love that lick, I gotta learn it. And you don't have to learn the whole solo. Sure, it's great to do that, but a lot of times I might just get a couple licks that I like and then practice them and work them into my own solos. So let's keep going with lick number 3 here. We're gonna expand more on those double stops. Here's what it sounds like. All right, so he's bending the 14th fret on the 3rd string and also on the 2nd string. And sometimes, you know, you can play that with the ring finger and just bar it down. It looks like Clapton here is doing a finger on each string. So that means, you know, the middle finger on the 3rd string and then the ring finger on the 2nd string. I'm gonna do it 4 times. And then on the 4th time, we'll come down and then play 12 and 12. So it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and on the last 8th note, 4 and is where we go to 12 and 12. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and then, okay, these are double stops now on the 2nd and 1st strings, okay? 12 and 12 there, just with 1 finger. Now he does this like thing where he does a muted strum. So it's a muted strum and then an up strum on the double stop and then another up strum on the double stop with a rest in between. So 1 and a 2 and so putting that together with the first bar, you get. Again, all double stops. Here's what it sounds like with some rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could hear how all those licks could be used over a 12-bar blues. And that's what you want to do. You want to take some of these licks and work them into your playing. And to help you jam licks like this anywhere on the neck, be sure to grab my blues scale PDF guide. While it's still available, just go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales and you can grab that as my gift to you. It's really going to help you take these licks that we learned in this video and see how they connect with the scales. So you want to know the scales, but then you want to be able to play phrases and learn solos as well. And that's going to really supercharge your blues leads. So hope you enjoy that as my gift to you. As always, thanks for watching. And to see the full video on your blues where I explain the Beatles guitar parts, check out this video next.